The Russia-Ukraine war seems set for the entry of a different entity on the front lines after the reported withdrawal of Wagner troops from Bakhmut. According to the reports, fighters from Russia's Chechnya region under the command of leader Ramzan Kadyrov have likely been ordered to take a leading role in the fighting in Ukraine. The Institute for the Study of War, that is the ISW, a Washington DC based think tank, has said in its latest report today that Russian military commanders have most likely ordered the Chechens into battle following the withdrawal of Wagner Group from the destroyed city of Bakhmut. So far, Chechen fighters have primarily operated in areas behind the front line following their involvement in the bloody battles in Ukraine's city of Mariupol. According to the ISW, Kadyrov has claimed that his forces have received new orders and they would be soon deploying to active combat activities to liberate a series of settlements after assuming responsibility for the front line in Ukraine's southeast Donetsk region, which includes the contested city of Bakhmut. Kadyrov said that Chechen special forces were preparing for offensive operations ahead of Ukraine's expected counteroffensive to reclaim territory from Russian forces. Reports of the possible return of Chechen forces to offensive operations come amid intensifying shelling of the border region of Russia's Belgorod, where authorities have begun evacuating children from the districts of Shebekino and Graivoron. Chechens are among a few ethnic groups battling on both sides of the war in Ukraine. Those fighting alongside the Ukrainian troops include Russian President Vladimir Putin's oldest and fiercest enemies, veterans of the wars in their homeland, and separatists wanted by Moscow. Chechen men fighting under Russia's flag are known as the Kadyrovtsi or the Kadyrovites, after the father of the leader of the Chechen Republic, Ramzan Kadyrov, who is often referred to as Putin's mad dog. Describing himself as a foot soldier of Russian President Vladimir Putin, Kadyrov had previously deployed his Chechen Republic forces in support of Russian military operations in Syria and Georgia. Kadyrov, a Chechen warlord and close ally of Putin, was one of the most outspoken advocates of not just initiating a military operation against Kyiv, but also annexing the entire country in the weeks leading up to Putin's declaration of war. Ramzan had inherited the position from his father, Akhmat Kadyrov, a turncoat who originally declared jihad against Moscow during the First Chechen War. By the time of the Second Chechen conflict in 1999, both Akhmat and Ramzan, who served as his father's personal driver and bodyguard, defected to the Russian side. The militia has been supported by the Russian main security service, the FSB, ever since. In October last year, Kadyrov had claimed to have sent his 3 sons to fight with Russian forces on the front lines in Ukraine. Speaking in military parlance, the Chechens are a battle-hardened group. Their direct involvement in the front line may lead to more bloodshed as they are considered more violent. They will be looking at ways to fill the gaps that will be left behind after Wagner Group's eventual withdrawal from the front lines. For Ukraine, this seems ominous.